Hello and welcome to the 117th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the. Let's start this again. Hello, this is the 117th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. So this week I have stuff in all three categories to show you, kind of. I have a finished object, I have a work in progress, I have a new cast on, and I even picked up a long-term project, and that was completely unintentional. So let's get started with the finished objects. So I finished my sister's socks. I am so happy that they're done. They've already been given to her. She got them on Saturday, so I'll put up a picture of it here. All right. She loves them. They fit her pretty good. They're a little bit loose in the foot, but not much. But considering she's 12 and she still has a ways to grow, I'm hoping that they'll still be able to fit her for quite some time. I made sure I gave her the washing instructions. Yes, you can wash it in the washing machine. Try to be very gentle with it. Hang it to dry. That's usually okay because everything I got was a superwash wool, so it should be perfectly fine. So hopefully she'll take those instructions into heart because she kept going on, I love them, I love them, I love them. So the funny thing is, after I finished them, because I was at my dad's house for the weekend, we had a mini family reunion with other members of our family. I had to basically search all over the house to try and find her because I guess too many people was just too much for her, and she decided I want a quiet place. So I figured out where her quiet place was, and she was okay with me coming in there. So I gave her the socks. I told her to put them on. She's like, oh, these are cute. These are great. I'm like, good. Stand there or lay down on the bed or whatever. I need you to be a foot model. So I took a couple of pictures and it looks okay. So for that one, I used, for the cat face, I used black yarn that I had lying around. For the gray part, it was Riverside Studio in her stock base. Why did I suddenly forget it? Like, I had them all, like, in my head, like, no problem. And her super sock, yeah. I think it was their super sock base in the colorway Salt and Pepper. For the stripes on the leg, they are from Area 51 Fibers in the under her Sturdy Alien base, and the colorway is called My Favorite Rainbow. I still have a good amount of the yarn left, but I've already put it in my stash for my blankie. So it's somewhere over there. Not gonna bother getting it. I still have a good amount of yarn left. I think I might be able to squeeze out maybe a pair of short socks if I really wanted to, but knowing me and the way things are going now, it's probably going to be an experimental type of sock. We'll have to see. All right, so let's go on to my work in progress. So works in progress. Oh, so then I should have done it the other way around with the way I planned. All right, so last week you had seen, all I had left was just a little cuff of up here. I just had to do the bind off. So I finished the bind off that same day. So let me show you the full sock of the first sock. I think it turned out pretty good. And I got started on the second sock. So I'm currently still attached there. I am at I passed the heel and I'm currently on the leg of this sock. So this is going to be the exact opposite of how it is on the other one. So let's talk about what I'm doing. So for the striping part, that yarn is from Mud Punch Yarns on her striping, self-striping sock. That's the name of her base. And the colorway is called Lovely Dovely. There we go. So, and then this one up here, this one is from Retrosaria Mondim in the colorway 117. The fact that I remember this colorway, like, no problem, kind of scares me. So anyways, I did these ones toe up, which turned out okay. Just a little bit of a green thingy-majiggy there. I did a shadow wrap heel on them. This one turned out, like, it really did turn out the way I expected to. It's kind of interesting seeing it on the side bias like that. So you can see I did the shadow wrap heel. It looks like perfection to me. I love it. Do I have it in here? Oh, I got it somewhere. Okay, don't worry about it. So let me show you how they look side by side. If you're looking at this, okay, that was a sock blocker that just fell to the floor, but it's okay. So if you're looking at it from the front, please bear with me. It's still attached to the yarn. So, no, okay, this would be the best way to show them. So this is what was going through my head. So it kind of looks like they kind of line up and match there. It turned out a little bit differently where I ended on this one. Didn't have the, I didn't make it to the light gray. I'm not certain if my tension just ended up being that little bit off, but otherwise it matches up pretty good. It's not that bad. So yeah, I don't have much further to go. I think I've made it about 40 rows into the leg, going from the, I'm about 40 rows up. So I got about just under 20 before I have to start putting in the ribbing, and then this sock will be done. Oh, I'm loving the way that the pattern is turning out. I actually put in an order. Okay, this is technically not really stash enhancement. Well, it will be soon because it's on its way to my house. I put in an order for more yarn. There was one that I was looking for called Carbon Sprinkles from My Sturdy Alien. Let's try that again. It's called Carbon Sprinkles from Mud Punch Yarns. I actually saw that before I even made the order for these ones, but she told me it wasn't going to be in that first update. So I still ordered it as soon as it was free because I love it. It kind of reminds me of like rainbow Oreo cookies. I don't know. So there's that one coming in, plus another 2 skeins of yarn which are being dyed to order. So I'll talk about those afterwards. So that is my works in progress. I'm assuming by next week this time, I think I should be able to get the leg done, because sock wise, it's just what I just cast on. That's pretty much my only thing. I don't think I'm going to be casting anything else on. For sock week, not sock week, for I'm getting all of my knit-alongs confused. For summer sock camp, I think that will be it. I make no guarantees. I may decide to throw on something again. If I do, I'm just going to take a self-striping, just do straight vanilla and see how fast I can get those done. Okay, let's go on to my newest cast on. This one is for the BIPOC make-along. I'm not certain if the number 2021 is a part of it. For the hashtag, it's one of the two. The focus on this one is Indigenous designers. So that's exactly what I did. Thank you, Dana Ray, for putting it up on Instagram and letting me know. She is an Indigenous designer, but her stuff are just beautiful. So I just started on the heel today, so it's halfway through that. So here is what I've got so far. So the designer for this, as I said before, is Dana Ray Makes. She's a designer has a pattern on Ravelry. The pattern for this one is it's actually 3 patterns under one pattern. So it's the textured sock 3 ways. That's the name of her pattern. And underneath there are 3 patterns that you can pick from. This one is the stacked circles. So here it is so far. Now look at how small that is. And look how much that stretches. Like, the amount of stretch in this thing is amazing. I was so afraid. I kept looking like, it looks so tight. It looks so tiny. Why does it look so tiny? And then I stretched it. I'm like, okay, I'll shut up and stop complaining and just continue with the pattern. So the yarn that I'm using for it, this is the Knitting Loft boot in the base boots, which is an 80/20 merino superwash and nylon. And the colorway is called Maisie. I bought it specifically for this occasion, and I am loving working with it. For the contrast heel cuff, heel that I'm halfway through, the cuff and the toe that's on its way, I'm using a mini skein that I just threw inside my stash that I already used for my blanket. That's what I'm using for that. So I am loving it. I'm using my higher sharps because that's what I could find. That's what I had just thrown in the bag. But these, to me, they feel just as good as Chaogu, even though Chaogu is my preferred needle. I'm doing them smaller than the recommended size because I always do them in smaller than recommended sizes. As long as there's no cables involved, a size 0 usually works pretty good for me. And I'm in the middle of doing a shadow wrap heel. So that's everything for this. I hope maybe by the end of the week, maybe by Sunday or so, hopefully I'll be able to have gotten the foot done. I don't know. And then, yeah, that's the yarn that I'm using for the heel cuffs and toes. And the only thing that's left is my okay, is my long-term project that I pulled out from before. Okay, let me put that away. So, I don't know how I got this. It could be YouTube that influenced me on this, but I decided to do a 100-day challenge for myself. I really like working, and I decided to do this with a long-term project because I'd done it before, and I did it from like January 1st until maybe like halfway through April, not last year, but the year before that, and I felt like I made a good amount of progress. But I decided, let me do that again because I want to make more progress on this. So I pulled out my sock blankie. Hold on, let me turn you. So I brought this one back out. So for my 100-day challenge, I wanted to basically knit a square for 100 days. Here's the problem though. This thing is too big to travel. And quite frequently, I am away on parts of the weekend. I'm not packing this up to travel with me. So I decided to adapt the 100-day challenge, and instead of doing it like 100 days straight, I'm going to do it 100 business days. And when I had, when I first came up with the idea on Monday, yeah, it was on Monday, I calculated how many, I basically looked it up on Google, how many, if I did 100 business days, when would that finish? And it would finish on December 31st. I decided that was too good of a time to you know, not take advantage of. So I'm working on it. So far since Monday, I've put in 3 squares. I've put in, the first one I put in was this one. That's the, for this one, it's the, why am I, Riverside Studio and the Salt and Pepper. You can tell I'm just trying to get as much use out of this yarn as possible. This one is from Area 51 Fibers. It's one of the Christmas ones. I don't know if it's Christmas in July. I don't know if it was Christmas at the movies or Christmas with the Gilmores. It's one of the two. And then the other one that I put in was this orange one. This is from my sweater. I'd actually, most recently I had used it in my Stitch Surfer socks as the most recent use for it. But I had originally used it for my Love Note sweater. So, but I didn't put any mohair in it because it's not as, I don't know if it's as washable or not, but it didn't feel appropriate considering nothing else in this thing has it. So I'm making good progress. It's only been 3 days and I've done it for 3 days. I feel real good about that. So I got a ways to go. Yeah, got a ways to go. I got a little bag with like just some of my more recent things that I finished projects for that I could just pull them out of because it just reached a point, it was just getting so full and I hadn't used any of them. So I decided, let me do it now. I had started a mini tutorial for how to do the blanket like the way that I do. I haven't finished it. I started it. I can just show you what I've done so far. Bear with me. Okay. So when I did it, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I was just going to do a mini version of it, and I've got my starter squares right here. And as of the point where all I have to do now is start joining them so I can get to show how they're being done. Doing the project, it's not going to take long. The problem, well, for these ones, it's not going to take long. For my big blanket, that's a totally different story. I've been doing this thing since 2013. But it's just a matter of, that sounded so proper. It's just a matter of recording it. Because it's not really easy for me to do because I don't really have the space to do it. I got it to work. It looks okay. But maybe what I should have considered doing was maybe how I should, because I wrote down the steps. Maybe I should just do a voiceover for it. Over what I've done, as opposed to trying to talk while I do it, because it gets a little bit confusing in my personal opinion. It's not as clear. So yeah, I'm going to continue to work on that and hopefully have that released soon. Just in the meantime, just going to tie these 3 together so that they're all together. And we will continue those at another date. So that takes care of that. Let's see. There's also been some, well, the requests about the blanket, that was ages ago that people asked, but I never got around to doing it. But so I think I'm going to be able to get these ones done real soon, because the tutorial that I used for it is not really there anymore. You can find parts of it online from rhythmoftheneedles.net. You can find parts of it, but you can't really find the entire thing. I'll have to go back and double check, but I'll always make sure I link that if I'm going to be doing that. The other thing that I was thinking of was, there have been also pattern requests for how I do my vanilla socks. I think I'm just gonna write those up quickly, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, because it's really not that complicated. As long as you know the basics of how to knit in the round, you should be fine with that. And then I've also gotten requests about writing up a pattern for these ones. That's for these ones. It's gonna take more time to do that one because I didn't really write them down. I got a really quick reference as to how I'm gonna get those done, but I didn't actually write down how I was doing it. So my plan is, and I can't guarantee I'll get it done by the end of the month, to make it work out with summer sock camp. The plan is to make another pair of these, and write up what I'm doing then, so I can get a much clearer idea, because there are times that I'm still just trying to figure it out, and I did little hints and tricks and stuff like that didn't quite work out the way that I expected it to. So I just got to make sure I got it right with the way that how I'm doing it, and it can be more clear. Basically, there's quite a few stuff that I got to write up. So future reference, not necessarily just for myself, but if anybody else is interested in anything else that you'd like to see that I produce, that would be really beneficial. Let me know down in the comments below. So that's the sock blanket the sock blanket tutorial, the sock blanket tutorial, the vanilla sock tutorial, a pattern write up for, I call them freestyle socks right now. They'll probably get a much different name. And was that it? Just the three of those things? Yes, those are the three things that I have to do. I have to, in a sense, time block them. I haven't, so I think that's everything for generally. So I just wanted to talk about how it's been going with the whole time blocking thing. So honestly, when I time block, everything seems to go a lot better. But the thing is, if I don't block the time, then I'm not really motivated to do it. So I had tried it maybe about a month ago, and I felt so productive. I got so much done. And then afterwards, the next week, okay, I did it. But then there were sometimes I just was not up for doing anything for that day. And then after that, I pretty much, maybe because I didn't have any major goals in mind, that I didn't block out my time again. So it's one of those things where I think if I have a major goal for a week or two, and then I block my time accordingly, it makes it better. So I'm going to give that another try for next week and the week afterwards and see how well that works for me. So I'm gonna give it more of a try for that. So now that we're finished talking with just about everything knitting related, we'll go about how things have been going for the past week or so. We had a mini family reunion at my dad's house. It was really nice. So it was me, all of my siblings, a good amount of my cousins on my dad's side. We all got together and we did like a barbecue / potluck dinner type of thing. It was nice seeing all of them. Like seeing my dad and my siblings, I see them on a general regular basis. But seeing my cousins, I don't really see them as much due to them not living that close. Well, they kind of do live close, but people have busy schedules, can't always be there. And then afterwards with COVID, it's like, okay, I see you for a quick moment while, we basically drop something on the porch, back away, they come and pick it up. It's like way from a distance. It's like, so it's nice to be at the point where you can actually get close to them and, actually get to see their faces. So that was actually quite nice. I enjoyed seeing all of them. And I'm looking forward to doing it again. Yeah, that was pretty much the big thing that I had happening this weekend. We opened up back my church, with social distancing and masks and all that kind of stuff. And the people who came were very excited to really be out of the house again. So got to see quite a few faces that I had not seen in a long time, and it was good to see them. And I assume it was good to see me too. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm really thinking if there's anything else that I needed to add. Oh, now I just remembered the other stuff that I ordered. So, so this goes back with the stash enhancements, but these ones are still on their way. One of them is the one from Mud Punch Yarn in the colorway Carbon Sprinkles. I had seen the color before. I really liked it. I sent a message to Mud Punch asking, you know, if it was going to be in the next update at the time, and she said no, but it was going to be in the one afterwards, which was for August 7th. So basically I put that notification into my phone, and as soon as it went up, I ordered it. So I already got the notification that it's on its way to my house, so that's great. Maybe by next week, depending how Canada Post is feeling, it will be at my house. The other stuff that I ordered was from Area 51 Fibers. I was on a Zoom call with a bunch of other knitters, and somebody told me about Area 51 Saved by the Bell colorway, and I'm just still like, I'm sorry, what? I was not even aware this colorway existed, and this is coming from a person who follows Area 51 like crazy on Instagram. So I ordered a skein, and then I said, yarn cannot travel by itself, so I ordered a second skein to go along with it, not of the same colorway, but of a different colorway. I think it was the mint frap. I think so. Yeah, because it was one of the green, it was one of the green food related ones. I think it's, yeah, mint frap is what I believe it is. So I ordered that, and then I came up with, and while I was working on my currently named freestyle socks, I realized, I'm like, okay, well, if I want to try this pattern out again, let's try it out with other self-striping yarn and with solids. But I realized, especially when you're getting something from a specific dyer, it's better to get them dyed by the same person, because they know exactly how the formula for their color works. So I put in I sent a message to Area 51, and she was willing, since I had ordered the yarn and it was dyed to order, it's not ready to ship, it's dyed to order. So she said, yeah, I'll do that for you. So I'm getting a skein that goes with each one of them. She'll be dyeing it up at the same time, so it should turn out perfectly. It should turn out perfectly matching. So I'll get yarn that matches. So I'm looking forward to using that to do another set of, I guess, freestyle socks. I need to come up with a name for those socks. So if anybody has an idea, that would be great. And I also, I don't know if anybody's willing to let me know. I need a short row heel that is free and can be put into a pattern. Because I've already made it quite clear, I really don't like the heel flap and gusset. I can't use the Fish Lips Kiss heel because I paid for a pattern. I don't know if I can use the Shadow Wrap heel and put that in there. I'm not sure about that, but I guess, well, there is a German short row heel, but I've never actually done it, so maybe this time that's what I could do. So the next time I do these socks, do them with a German short row heel and see whether or not, how I like that and how easy it is to write it out for people to actually follow it pattern wise. That might be an idea as to what I'll do for that. If anybody else has any other suggestions for short row heels, please do let me know, so I can look into it. Trying to think if there is anything else to mention right now. No, I honestly can't think of anything. Well, all right then. So thank you for coming and watching, and thank you for spending your knitting or any kind of crafting time with me. I hope you have a good week, and see you again next time. Bye. I was about to sign off, and I just realized I forgot something else. This week, starting on Sunday, August 15th, it's the Fall Garment Knit-Along. So honestly, I was getting my weeks completely confused when I realized what it was, because for some reason my mind kept thinking that it was today, as in Wednesday was August 15th. So I had everything set aside. That's what my mind was thinking. And then when I started working on my entry for the Year of Projects blog, I kept saying, oh my goodness, this date has just snuck up on me. I can't believe August 15th is like this Wednesday, but I do have everything ready. And then I got to look at a calendar. It's not till Sunday. I still don't know why I thought it was a Wednesday, but I got my yarn ready. I got my pattern ready. I got my needles ready. They are actually on the other side of my camera. So hopefully by the time I get, so if you're gonna do it and you got your stuff ready, just remember it starts on Sunday. There is an end date for it now that's put up, and I believe it's November 30th. I'm not sure because I can't remember. Let me look that up.
Okay. Where did I see it? No, that's fine. No, I didn't go back that far. Can you? Okay, let's check it out.
Okay, so I went looking and I'm not exactly certain on the end date, but from right now I know it starts at August 15th and the knit along itself probably goes until November 6th-ish. I'm not fully certain, but the earliest it will probably finish is November 6th. So I'm going to be doing the wool and honey sweater. If I can, I probably should finish my rose cardi. It really won't take that much to finish it, but I realize I don't like doing stuff in pieces. I really, really don't. It's been sitting in the bag for months. So I will try to do both and get them both done. And that's actually, now it's going to be fully everything. Thank you for spending your crafting time with me. And I hope you have a good day. See you next week. Bye.